Hello, welcome to FirmiCG. Today I'm going to show you how I created this beautiful environment, seascape island with some sort of animation. So you can see I already uploaded this in the YouTube. You can check the video. As you can see, there is a lot of settings I show you. You can check the video. I will put in the link. So we are going to create this within some programs. So I will show you. You want, before jumping into the tutorial section, you will need to download a certain program called Twinmotion. So that will be available free in Unreal Engine. So that is a game engine, and you can see the www.unrealengine.com. you need to go and there, and you need to sign in or sign up, and you have to use Industries Architecture. You can see there will be a Twinmotion. You need to download the launcher. You need to use the Twinmotion tab here, and you need to install from here. And after downloading all the data, you can launch it. And so I already downloaded and created a shortcut here. So double click that Twinmotion. Just wait some time. So I will exit this. So this is the splash screen for Twinmotion. Just wait for some time. And also very important, this Twinmotion, before downloading the Twinmotion, you have to check the system configuration. It will work only in Windows, and you need NVIDIA graphics card to work this. So there will be a welcome screen. You can change the navigation mode to any according to your need. 3ds Max, ArchiCAD, Cinema 4D, or because it's purely for architecture, so there will be no my preset or anything, but that's just for mouse configuration. There is nothing is going to change it. This purely based on how you play the game, so it will be the same for how you work or have you play the game. So this is the default settings, default scene. And before jumping to, you need to check in the edit preference. There will be some settings. Don't change the settings here. I will discuss it in later tutorials. So you need to change the quality. So mine has ultra, but this I choose default. Maybe depending on your configuration, you will get low, medium, or high depending on your system configuration. You can check automatic setup. So depending on your system configuration, it will change to the lowest setup, the possible setup. So this low is for my laptop. You can depending on your scene, you can change this. These settings only work for the real-time view and the work bench, not for exporting or a video. You can if you export video and the image, you can choose the ultra settings within export settings. So that's not a big deal. And appearance, so everything the same. Press OK. Before creating this the landscape scene or the seascape scene, keep in mind that this Twinmotion is not a 3D program. It is not for modeling. It's just for rendering your architecture project or the environment. So you need to model your 3D objects in your 3D application in Cinema 4D, Blender, Maya, 3ds Max, or any other 3D program you are familiar with, or you have to download it from the internet. So there are a lot of websites that provide free and paid assets. You can check that. And also this Twinmotion accept a lot of format for importing. So you can import, click and you see the open. This will import a lot of the default FBX, XKP, OBJ, Cinema 4D, 3ds DA. So a lot of format it accepts. So check that and you can download. I'm not going to show you how I model all those settings. I will show you how I import here. So in order to get the castle and the environment, the island, you need I used a free program inside the Windows 10 operating system. You can just search 3D. If you don't have this 3D viewer, you can download it from the Windows Store. So you have to sign in to the Windows Store, or you need to download the Windows Store application, and you can download. So click that 3D viewer. So it is just a basic 3D viewer. You can bring your object and check and search different assets. So you can just press OK, and there will be you can see there is animated object here. So I'm not using this one. You can click the 3D library. So it has a lot of 3D library here. So you check that, and you can use this in some of your personal projects. I think it won't give you the commercial license, so I have to check that. So for total purpose it is okay. I'm going to show you. I used this one, the haunted house. You can use any house or any structure. You can use any building. You can use this one, steampunk house, depending on how you want to create the scene. So it's up to you. You can use any scene, and just you imagine. I will show you how I created the scene. So just use the haunted house. It will take a little time, and see now I have the scene, the house with the basic texture. So you can see the texture is not that much higher, so we can change that later in the Twinmotion, so don't worry about that. So you can just, if you press save as, it will allow only you to save it in the GLTF library. So it's not the supported format for Twinmotion, so we need to use this in another application called Open with Paint 3D. So that will open in Paint 3D. It's cool application. You can paint in 3D mode, so that's very good. So use menu and you can save as. So it will ask for a 3D model. You can select 3D model and you can have the FBX. This is the supported format for Twinmotion. So I created created some folder structure. So this will be the haunted house. I created asset folder. You can change this one also, FBX. So I already used this one, but I will show you haunted house. I will so keep in mind that you create a proper hierarchy with proper naming, so it will be very easy to find the assets later. So click that cell, so it will again go to 3D library. You can create a lot of objects. Don't worry about these trees or the fish. That all in your Twinmotion, and you can import if you want this helicopter. You can import also. So I'll use this one, landscape with waterfall, a little bit heavy, and this is very you can see this is very good with proper texturing, and we will use this one. So file, open with Paint 3D, menu, save as, 3D model, use FBX, change to mountain and save. So it will little bit time depending on your system. Just replace that. We can close all this. We don't need anything for this. Okay, so there will be import option. Click that, and before jumping to open, there is expand this option. You can see collapse by material. So I will brief you. This collapse by material works like that, and it is all game engine purpose. That means if you bring different group of geometry with the same material and you click the collapse by material, it will bring us a single geometry. If you bring it a different material, so it will bring mix the geometry, combine the geometry based on that material. You can change to it collapse, or it will bring it as a single material regardless of single object regardless of the material. So I will use keep hierarchy, so it will give you all the separate object within a single folder. Also keep in mind that this will make your scene very heavy. So if you work in Blender, you know, depending on the number of materials, the scenes will be very heavy. So that apply to the game engine also. So if you bring a very heavy object, don't use the keep hierarchy. You can use collapse. You want to use keep hierarchy. So this fixed UV texture is for the object without a proper UV mapping. So we import the object with the proper UV mapping. You can see then it's already painted with the good texture. So if you don't have UV, you can click the fixed UV texture. It will create a automatic UV for you, and apex and unit conversion is auto. You can change that, and if you know how the unit of your object. That means if you bring in the 3ds Max file or Cinema 4D file, you can match that unit file, or you can scale depending on. So that's up to you. So click the open. I'm going to use the assets. I can use the mountain. I will bring the mountain first. Click open. Okay, so it will take a little time import or read data, processing data, so it will import here. You can drag here or double click, and you need to expand this. So see the mountain FBX, and you need to click. So depending on different IDs, see these or the hierarchy they have. So click that. We don't need all this. You can use this into single folder. These are the mesh. So right click, you can use where is you call zoom to selection. See, now the problem is this is only very small, so you can click. You can select this, but it won't change the transformation. So you can select all these 3 and you can expand this. You need to use transform. See the scale value, you need to increase it to see. Now we have the scene, but it's not actual size, so you need to increase it a little bit more. So if you want to know how the size, if it's proper, you can always use bring vegetation or landscape. You can bring a tree, so you can know how this works. See this, you can see if you bring. See, now our landscape is not in the proper scale, so you can change. Also select all this scale. We need to scale it to 20. Sorry, we need to change this to 4000. So 4000 is not enough. We can change it to 10,000. Still not enough. Maybe 50,000. Okay, so this will give you a large landscape. You need to scale all this. So this won't work like in your 3D application, so a little bit different. So need to keep in mind that now it has a lot of proper. You don't need this, delete that, and also check that. Click this. We don't need these trees or mountains, so you can delete that. So just need only the base mesh. So this is our scene. Before importing that, first save this. You need to save. You can save in the same area. 100 house. You can call 100 C, something called. Okay, now we will bring our house. So there will be 100 house. Bring that open, and options you can use collapse by. Now I will bring this with collapse by material and see how this work. So bring that. Okay, see, now we have the 100 house of peaks. You can see the material, so it will bring according to the material. If you use your 3D application and you properly name the material, it will bring that name here. And if you use the hierarchy option, so it will bring the object name. You select that and bring it here or somewhere here. It's very small. Okay, your haunted house is very small, so you can see, you can select all this and also increase it to maybe 20,000, I think. Same scale, 50,000. Okay, so we bring our asset here. So this you can bring here, and you can go check here and you can use top view. You can place somewhere near here and you can rotate. So just place near where you want your object, maybe here. So this is a little bit scaled. You can change that, but okay, you can scale it, and if you want to scale that, you can click here. See, there will be translate. You can rotate, scale. If you want to, you can scale here. See, depending on how you want to create it. So just going to show you how this works. So okay, now in the front view, move the objects. Okay, so now it's just fit in your scene, and we need to create some vegetation. So before that, I will show you how I change the settings, how to add the water. So here you can change this background. So if there will be a context, you can change the background to picture. Click that. See, there will be none, or countryside, or depending on the mountain, whichever you want. So I'm going to use the none option. And also in the vegetation panel, you can see localization, weather, lighting. We will use ocean. So click that, enable. So now we have our ocean enabled. Need to increase a little bit higher. I think this is enough. Okay, now we have our ocean. There is option called clear. Click. There is a lot of sea. You can Atlantic Ocean, large river, tropical sea, tropical river, muddy river. All this not good, because we need to change our preference section. Sorry, we need to change our preference, the quality to ultra. So now we have our ocean with ultra settings. So it will take a little bit to load. So you can change this to clear river, whichever you want. You can use Atlantic Ocean. I use the Atlantic Ocean, and large river. So depending on how you want to create a scene, we are going to use the tropical sea. Think not tropical sea, yeah, tropical sea. This is good. And see, now we have our scene just set up. Before jumping in creating the other assets, we will discuss about changing the material for this scene. The pick. See, you need to use the pick material. Click any object here, so it will click that material. You can change the material color from here. So it already have some options here, and also you need to change. Make sure that you use replace material, not apply to object. So it will replace the default material applied to that object. So there will be a lot of settings here. I'm not going to use anything here. I'm just going to use change. I'm going to use the stone. stone. So there will be a lot of stones you can use. If this and this you can use and drag and drop to this, so it will replace. So you can see, you can change the color also. You can change it to black. See, it will change. You can use reflection if you want, a very reflective, not that much. You can change the scale value if you want to decrease or increase the tile mapping. So just one is enough. I think one or two is enough. Press 2, it's enough. You can use the weather. This will I will discuss later. You can on or off. That means if you make some weather adjustment, this material will react according to that. And you can use settings, metalness, bump, glow, all the sound, depending on if you walk through it, it will make the sound. And the two-sided is, if you create a single plane, you need to use two-sided, otherwise it will be transparent in the other side. Okay, now we are going to change this one. So you can change all these settings later. So I'm not going to show you how I made all these settings. So I'm going to change this one. So this is the material. I can change that to material, and there will be a nature. So ground, nature. You can use any kind of material if you like this. And also there is a scale button. You need to see, you need to change robust as possible. Okay, so we use that. And also you need to change this one. You can change any kind of material thing. Cracked ground is good. Okay, can change to lowest level. That's good. So we already created a base object here. Now you can add as much object. You can bring your trees manually. You can see, you can place manually tree here, or you can paint. See, there will be a vegetation. You can click, see there is a lot of vegetation here. We don't need this one. You can delete. Drop as much as object you want. So choose how many object, how many trees you want. You can choose. I think the little coconut palm tree, I forgot to add that in my scene. So after finishing, you can use the paint. See, there is a paint tool. You can paint over here. So whichever tree you want to place, or you want to place all this, shift click and place. Okay, now we have you can place any object here. So go up and make there is one thing called rocks. You can place rocks here manually. So we finish. Just you can use your imagination how to place the settings here. And also there will be bushes. You can place that things here around. And also misc object. So you can add this one here, dead trees and dead tree. So you can create dramatic effect. This all depends on your creativity. You can paint these things into the object. See, so you can see this paint over here, you can place over here. And also very important, you can place characters, so human groups, cutouts. If you want groups of groups of people, here you can place them. So I will place them here talking. See, zoom to selection. See, they are doing something. If you click the character, it will arrange you and change the color for their clothes. So you can change the color and pose. You can change if she want to be speaking, so she will change the posture, or sitting. You can add chair here, or lying. Okay, that's good. Or dancing, okay, or special, that kind of special, or worker, she's doing, okay, no, sitting, idle. So here he can change the pose and the animation. If you want, you can change the animation, so he will be doing some kind of animation. So this kind of you can change, so you will get a lot of adjustment here. And also we can have different single humans, so you can bring different characters. So she's looking here, you can rotate. She's talking. In the phone you can change her preset. Okay, I can change speaking. She's speaking to herself. I can change, see, all this depending on whichever option you are choosing. So this is very good, and we will create some more interesting stuffs. We will place some animals. See, here you can place cow, sheep, table, and here is the wings, gazelle. All you can create some horse. Okay, now if you want to create some, I will show you one more thing. You can see, go to underwater, I can see all come automatic. And if you want to create these wings, create here. You can press drag. If you move down, or see, you can move in the Z at the front axis, so it will, okay, you can move here. So where you place it will come close to the animation, the camera. You can place here. If you want to come to the screen, so you can go jump and change the view to top, and you can place all these things. So I will just show you how I created. And you can create a pigeon. If you want to underwater, you place them here, and you can place wherever you want. And after you create the animation for the camera, you can place this after that also. So there will be all these things you can create. Now I will show you one more thing. You can create not only animals, you can create vehicles, boats. So you create your boats, so just drop here, or sailing boat, and just place according to your need. So all you can place. See, so this is very easy. And also it has some thing, aircraft, can hot air balloon, airplane, move it, you can rotate, you can place wherever you want. So that's according to you. And it has no helicopter, you can use and download a helicopter and those things. And also you can use two-wheeled, so if you want crane or something, you can create that much. And also it has furniture if you want to just explore these things. I will show you one more things. So it has some interesting stuffs called smoke. I think it's okay. So you can use that smoke here. You can use the green smoke, bring here, red smoke. Okay, so it's depending on how you want to create the effects. And also I will use some fire here. You can bring fire here also if you want. Another fire, another fire. And also you can search small fire here. So there will be a little bit small. You can arrange all these things near any kind of object. And I created this because I want to show you the sound. You can add the sound here also. Okay, you can change all these things later. And I want to show you some interesting stuffs. So there will be some lights you need to create. This won't work with the lighting, so how to change the lighting also change. You can see the sun, you can daytime, change the daytime to night, anytime you can change. As you can see, the lighting only change to the sky, not the object. So we need to create a light here. So I already added sound here. You cannot hear the sound, only it will work only when you create the walkthrough. So in the light settings, create a omnidirectional light here. So it will create a little bit lighting around your scene. You can increase the light, you can change the intensity, radius a little bit higher so it will reach more area. You can create shadows if you want. That will take little time to render. You need to create this one on. I will show you what happens this. Okay, if you change the time of the light, the day, the light will shut off. If you don't change this, the light will be visible all the time. So you can change all. So you can create if you want to create a light here, you can create a spotlight, any kind of light. If you want to create like this, bring here. As you can see, there is a light. See, you can change the direction of the light how you want. You can increase the intensity. Okay, see that scale on, so it will be shut off. You can, in the night you can create, if it's night, see, now you can change the intensity depending on your need. So all these stuffs you can create. So keep exploring all these things and keep an eye on here. So you can change the, you can see the statistics, how much frame per second you will get. So if you get a low frame per second, you need to change the settings for the viewport settings. So you can see the 99 the GPU is almost full, so it's getting too much time. So you can change to high and see how much load it you get more frame per second. Still the load is very high. You can use medium, so it will change the quality here. See, now get good frame per second. So you can work and create a camera animation here. That I will show you in the another tutorial, how to create a camera animation and all those settings. So it's already a very heavy tutorial and a very big tutorial, so I'll just click save and we'll continue later on the next video.